What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, and today we are watching This Streamer Might Lose Everything. This is about xQc. So this is from TheGamerFromMars. So go subscribe to him. I'm subscribed to him. You should be subscribed to him as well. Amazing videos. So the whole thing about xQc is his React content is not really content. A lot of people think I do shitty content. And yes, I do shitty content, but it is nowhere near as shitty as xQc. My god, he's actually worse than DSP at reacting, and I didn't even think that was possible. So what xQc does is he will start off doing the DSP thing as just, oh, this is happening on screen. Oh, that is happening on screen. Ha 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 ha. But then he takes it further. He'll leave on, let's say, a video that's 30 minutes. He'll walk away for 10 minutes, go to the bathroom while the video is playing, which is basically no reaction there. You can't react to it, you can't analyze it, you can't do anything. He'll come back and be like, oh, look at that gold copper. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. And he won't add anything to it. And his ego is way out of control because he got a $100 million contract from Kick, and he basically doesn't have to do anything for the rest of his life unless he gets sued and lose all that money. And he's got really that I got money, fuck you attitude. I saw the whole interview of H3 and my god, that was horrible. That was so horrible. The fact that you made Ethan Klein look good tells you how bad you really are. And the fact that xQc is under heat from everybody at the moment. My god. So I've been talking for about what, a minute or so, and I've already added more meaningful content to this video than xQc ever did in any of his videos. And I just added really shitty commentary too. That tells you how bad his stuff is. But you know, he gets a $100 million contract. So let's watch this and see where it goes.
Shimmer, look at my video. It's funny, guys. Look, it's funny.
Yeah, see, look at that reaction.
The guy doing the thing is he jumps.
With all of xQc's current shenanigans, I wanted to make a video breaking down how his current behavior can completely shift the reaction commentary community on its head.
Yeah, it could be
YouTubers and streamers, while in the same space,
possibly
have slightly different jobs. While YouTubers often write scripts, film, edit down, and upload more precise videos, a streamer on a site like Twitch has to be interested.
Oh, and that's the other thing too. So xQc, when he uploads a video, and this is why a big reason why people think he's stealing content is because what he'll do is he'll take the thumbnail of the original video, the exact same thing, don't change it except put his face in the corner, and then put it up on that video with the exact same title of the original video. So it confuses people which is the original, which is that. So think about that. He basically puts no commentary on his video, doesn't react to it, no commentary, steals the thumbnail, puts his face on it, steals the title of the video, and then uploads it on his channel. Yeah, that's stealing content right there.
Interesting and engaging to their audience on the fly, with there being more focus on trying to feel like a buddy that you can hang out with. While this is a generalization,
oh, Hassan's bad for this too.
Two different skill sets.
Hassan does the same thing with the thumbnail and the title.
To keep the online creator space alive. But one person that has rocked the industry more than any other in recent times would have to be xQc.
Yeah, and I hate the fact that he's Canadian too, because him and Derek are giving Canadians a bad name.
Real name Felix, this Canadian-born Overwatch player saw his name
oh my god, he's
rise up
Overwatch.
through the
That's
ranks
where
of
he
the
came from.
esports world before moving over to being one of the most well-known personalities on Twitch.
I love
Well known to be
Overwatch,
part
but
of the quote-unquote poggers community of English-speaking streamers that hit peak prevalence in the COVID era, such as Asmongold, Hassan, and Miskiff. His friendship with many of those creators has been called into question due to many
of course he's friends with Hassan.
For one, the regular gambling on stream split the Loose Collective down the middle. as some called out the content as predatory.
That's probably why he went to
considering
Kick, because
many
all the
young
gambling
people
streams.
watched someone like Felix as he was paid by betting sites to play their online slot machines. With the rise of gambling addiction due to the online accessibility factor, people were upset.
Yeah.
Therefore, your profits are your viewers' losses.
Well, it's
Yes.
even more direct than that because a lot of these
And
guys
it could
had
be-
referral codes they were getting.
Not to mention that it could be addicting gambling.
Exactly, and it can ruin lives.
And that's a big thing about Kick right now is, I believe, I could be wrong about this, but they're backed by a casino. And they have a lot of gambling streams on there. And they have a whole category just for gambling. So it's interesting that a gambling personality like xQc gets a $100 million contract when, in my opinion, he doesn't deserve it.
While hundreds of popular streamers were in the online gambling world, xQc was one of the most prominent. So when Twitch began to crack down on many of these streams as well as an increasing animosity towards the site in general, he jumped ship to the competitor
There you go.
Kick for an astronomical $100 million contract.
And it's not even
Many still
non-exclusive.
loyal to Twitch weren't happy with the move, as the site has begun seeing
Yeah,
the
more than
first
LeBron
signs of
James.
losing its dominance in the streaming space. Ludwig jumping to YouTube, iShowSpeed signing to Rumble, and now Felix going to Kick could risk the power hold of the Amazon-owned streaming service, which Speed signing to Rumble, and now Felix going to Kick could risk the power hold of the Amazon-owned streaming service, which many of the biggest streamers had very good connections.
Yeah, a lot of people are
Many questioned
like
how
just
xQc
dropping off of
could
Twitch.
secure a payday as big as the likes of LeBron, and accused Kick of being the next Mixer. A site
Yeah, and I think at one point, Twitch also changed the payment, because I believe at one point it was 70-30 for creators, but now it's 50-50 depending on if you're a bigger creator. And then, because YouTube is 70-30 as well for the creator, I believe Kick is 95-5 for the creator. So you get your contract, non-exclusive contract. They're going to have ads on there in the future. You're going to have, I believe there's sponsorships or subscriptions that you paid for. And then, yeah, it's
that
amazing.
signed on the once popular Ninja for an absurd amount of money before closing up shop. What many of them are missing is that Kick is backed by Stake.com, though, one of the premier online gambling locations.
There you go.
And while
It wasn't a
live
casino, it was a
streaming
gambling
sites
place.
have been unprofitable overall, when you're using it as a
Yeah, they got a whole
promotion
category
your
for
streamers
gambling.
to gamble, the business model makes a lot more sense. In reality, Felix probably wasn't paid that much money to live stream on Kick, but rather it was to gamble there. Other than Blackjack and Overwatch, there was
I wonder
one
how much
other
he got
key
paid
piece
up
of
front, like a
xQc
signing bonus.
streams that would get him into trouble that will be focused on today: reactions. At some point along the way, streamers began to watch YouTubers' content live. At first, it was in the context of if they had
Yeah, look at-
something
he's
to say
eating
on the subject,
and not even looking at
or
the
if
screen.
chat pushed them to see a clip going viral. But as time went on, the limits started to be pushed.
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
videos
that reminds me too. So another thing that xQc did, you know, with his very intelligent brain, as Phil Burnell would say, the very first stream on Kick, he decided to stream the entire Dark Knight, was it Returns? Dark Knight Rises, one of the Batman movies. He decided to stream the whole entire video without any commentary, basically. And then Kick had to go in, shut down his stream, and tell him he can't do that. That's a great person to sign, Kick. I'm just saying.
started to be used as nannies to keep chat entertained while the host went to the bathroom or ate a meal. And the VODs started being re-uploaded to YouTube.
Men who were
with the
ruined after
original
dating a
videos,
Kardashian.
titles and thumbnails, now directly competing with the YouTuber's creation. And the worst thing is, some of these same streamers that do this react content
But
have
nobody
been
told you
caught
about Shaq?
taking down others for doing the very same thing. Most infamously, the time Pokimane shut
Oh,
down
God.
the YouTuber
I can't
Voblax
stand
for
her.
covering drama that she had gone into on Twitter with Keemstar.
The only way they could have justifiably claimed this by like one of the employees is if Pokey went directly to Omni
I like how it says
Media
voice of
and
Bo
told
Blacks.
them to specifically block and remove my video.
Many of these streamers also hire companies to scrub YouTube for their VODs and claim monetization on videos using their
So
content.
she calls
This can
out company for false copyright fans who post his YouTube
be
clips.
seen as hypocritical, to say the least. When criticism of reacting content really started bubbling in 2020, 2020, most streamers stayed quiet, as they knew their content was not transformative enough to be defended by fair use law. But Felix didn't care about that, and fought with the community head on. Another great React Harder take on live content. It's different content in nature. People want to watch.
xQc, another great React Harder take on live content. It's different content in nature. People want to watch they wouldn't normally watch and hang out with individuals they enjoy. It's why watch parties becoming so successful, Inc. But the law's response, stick to drama, please.
What they wouldn't watch normally and hang out with individuals they enjoy. It's why watch parties are becoming so successful. Incoming, but the law's response. Stick to drama, please. The following year, he began threatening to sue the Olympics as he streamed the sporting events on Twitch and was shut down due to
this guy's a dumbass.
While he talked big at the time,
he's gonna
about
fucking
their
ruin
right
this for
to
everyone.
React to content in full, things somehow settled down again for 2 years. But when people heard about how much money he was making off the new Kick deal, it renewed interest in the accusation that he made money off the backs of other people's work.
So this all kind of stems
from
the
look
fact
at that thumbnail.
One creator, Bub Film, said Lamina spends months researching, scripting, editing a video just for React streamers to re-upload the entire thing and provide zero input.
Yeah.
I said, shame garbage like this.
I hope they show the original
recommendations
video in here
tab,
for that
because
thumbnail.
it does. Now, there are some creators that are totally okay
Love
with
you, Muda.
reactive content, some that aren't, but of course, the general idea of reactive content, the ones that I've really talked about, is no matter what, if you upload somebody's entire video in full, not only is that incredibly copyright infringing, but because you're stuffing a finite amount of area in the YouTube algorithm and the recommendations engine, you yourself are stifling out other original creators on the platform.
Even with pressure from millions
exactly.
on YouTube and Twitter, he wouldn't back down from his right to watch other people's content in a non-transformative way without permission. He proceeded to go on
is that the
H3
Kai guy?
podcast to get in an hour-long fight with the host Ethan about the
Oh
whole
yeah, this is what I was talking about
the
earlier.
The debate begins fairly formal, with Ethan
It was so embarrassing for
introducing his guest and
xQc.
asking him to clarify his position on whether or not he believes in the principle of fair use, which xQc then responds to by stating he tried to create an ecosystem of high-quality reaction content.
But you seem to not care
He sounds
about
just like
it, or
DSP.
at least you push it as far as
Meaningful
it can go.
content, dude.
So you seem like the right person to talk about it with.
I think I value a good live product. Two, I think I'm the right guy because I do a lot of it. I do good reacts, bad reacts, but overall I do a high density of reacts. I do a lot of it.
Oh my
but on
god.
top of that, against
That's just like Phil. I'm the most prolific YouTuber of all time because I put out so much stuff. Just because you put out so much stuff doesn't mean it's meaningful content. I really hope they show the end of this interview because he did something really
popular
stupid.
belief, I guess these days, I ask for permission a lot, and I try to make an ecosystem where things are good and not conflictual.
As the two continued to talk, the debate began to heat up. xQc attempted to claim that Ethan was just as guilty as he was, but when he was continuously pressed for an answer as to how they were the same, he seemingly was unable to do so.
So you would say, oh, but dude, it's like a U2 double fault fallacy, right? But in the instance where you try to take the high road and say, well, I don't do this, guys, well, you do. And my next point is that in amount of content that you upload, you're non-reactive, there's actually quite a lot of it.
I don't know what that means. You have to stop saying that. It doesn't mean anything. You're just saying stuff.
Well, I'm saying that
you're just doing this. You do a lot of this.
I'll be honest, I don't understand a lot of what xQc says.
Ethan
He
actually
hurts my brain.
calculated exactly how much xQc contributed to a reaction of a Sunny V2 video, revealing in this specific example that he only added a shocking 40 seconds of commentary.
Wow.
Making it almost a
So,
one-for-one.
I will just say, I love Sunny stuff. A lot of his stuff is like 12 to 20 plus minutes. And if xQc only added 40 seconds of commentary, that is theft. That is theft of Sunny stuff. Like, for an example, right now that I'm currently speaking, I probably put about 30 to 40 seconds in. So, my God. In just this one part where I paused it, I put more content in than xQc did.
Reaction of the original post. As the debate continued on, Ethan pointed to a recent example of someone who had felt their video had been unfairly reacted to. that being the creator Vince Vintage. Klein proceeded to read off a message from Vince himself, explaining exactly why xQc's style of reaction content can hurt the original creator.
I love big streamers watching, like xQc, Hassan, Miskiff, Moist Critical, watching my videos on their stream. It's a big ego boost.
Yeah, but
when
at the same time, of those three, Hassan, xQc, and Moist he adds a lot more context, a lot more reaction, a lot more analytics to it. He doesn't just sit there for 20 minutes and not say anything or go to the washroom for 10 minutes while the video plays.
QC does it, it's different. When he watches my video, he always re-uploads the whole thing on his YouTube channel with his insightful commentary as, wow, chat, isn't this crazy? Compared to when Hassan watched my stuff,
DSP.
He shouted me out and he says he loves my stuff and he sent a bunch of subscribers to my channel. A fair exchange. Here's a video, he showed me a video of Hassan doing that. And then he said, xQc, he really just steals my shit, entertains his audience of hundreds of hours I put into my videos while I get just a link in the YouTube description. The problem isn't the reacting, it's the re-uploading of my video with his face on the thumbnail, and also, and I don't DMCA him because I don't want the Twitter drama.
Oh.
Yeah. Because xQc has a bigger fan base than
well, hold on, this guy
Vince
says
Vintage.
you stole why are you denigrating that? I think you should take this seriously.
Well, because one is a paid actor, right? Which I think, well, I mean, that's a paid actor, 100%.
Oh, okay. So, on Vince Vintage's page there, it said he's a paid actor. I'm assuming that's for, movies and TV shows. He's not talking about you paying him. Oh my god. xQc is a fucking moron. So he steals his content. He steals his thumbnail and just puts his face on it. Steals the title of his video. Doesn't shout him out. Uploads it to his channel. And then talks shit about him. What a amazing human being xQc is.
Oh, it's a paid actor.
He's a paid actor.
xQc obviously had no idea why other people's reaction content was okay while his wasn't.
Of course he has Dr. Disrespect in the back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you have anything else interesting to say, so I think we can wrap it up.
Really?
Oh, please show the end in here.
It's just the problem is that you're running.
How long do you want me to sit here and listen to you, watch you crawl around on the ground like a worm? I mean, I have a show to do, dude. Unlike you, I actually organize and put work into my show. I understand for you, you're just burning time.
Imagine how bad it is when you make Ethan Klein look good.
Go steal videos. But me, I planned this. I have a show. I have a schedule. This has stopped being interesting.
Oh, here we go.
Just sitting there
That's what he did.
And doing
just like a child.
To put it lightly,
temper tantrum.
most people took Ethan's side in this argument. With many wondering how it's possible no one had gone after these streamers yet. Many, including myself, were convinced that after years of unabashedly watching other people's content while going to the bathroom or eating a salad, that someone would start taking legal action. But that has somehow not happened yet. In the past, I predicted it would play out like this. A lawyer seeing all the money flowing through this community would start following the top streamers' accounts and watching through their VODs. Whenever they provide nothing in terms of showing commentary during the clip for there to be a case for fair use, they'd reach out to the original content owner and ask if they'd like to demand compensation.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope right there.
Industry on its head. I'm almost certain this would have happened if it wasn't for one variable that I was missing in the equation, which is that there are strict rules about lawyers not directly soliciting work for new clients with the intent to make money. On top of this, no one in the space wants to piss off this large subset of potential business
you don't want to burst that bubble.
YouTubers and their management may want to befriend the likes of Hassan or Ludwig at a later point down the road.
You don't want to be Logan Paul, make the adpocalypse.
Video would immediately get you blacklisted from the live streamer community at large. Because of this, the React Harder situation has just been a ticking time bomb over the past decade. And while most stay quiet to keep things business as usual, Felix has decided to come in with a giant stick and beat the explosive until it blows up in his face, which will be a nightmare once the floodgates open. From personally talking with hundreds of creators,
once
I
the
can
first thing
confirm
happens,
there are a
it's
lot
all
of YouTubers who are fed up with streamers using their work as content to babysit their audience while they have lunch, but haven't come forward or made a scene because of the aforementioned reason of not wanting to be known as that guy. But all it takes is a few people to make it an industry standard to request money, and the live streaming genre will
royalties
change
and whatnot.
forever. This would negatively affect the likes of YouTube Live, Rumble, Twitch, and xQc's home of Kick, who have worked into their business model that streamers can watch all this content for free. And it might even lead to some negative consequences for YouTubers too.
Yeah, I got a feeling if that did happen, once that first incident happened, the bubble was burst, and then they're probably going to update the Internet Act, because I think the last time they did was the Millennium Act, the DMCA. So that was back in 2000. So for 23 years, it has not been updated. So it could be a person like this who ruins it for everyone because he's a fucking idiot.
Fair use precedents might be set that will allow people to come after them for money as well, making it a lose-lose. For now, no one wants to touch the status quo for this very reason, but xQc might cause an apocalypse where the business of online commentary is flipped on its head.
Okay, so I'm going to end the video here. All I gotta say is xQc is a fucking idiot. He doesn't represent Canada at all. Oh, and go fuck yourself, Derek. Oh my god. But hope you guys liked this video. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe, and go check out my other channels, Bad Moments in DSP History and Bad Moments Streams and Reacts. Links in the description and on the end card. I hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. I love each and every one of you. Peace and love.